All right. Week 6, I guess. I mean,
Wait, are we going or not?
yeah.
I thought that. Oh wait, so it is going.
No.
Okay.
Keep this in, producer.
Oh boy, blooper reel.
But last week was so tough.
They had us in the first. They had us in the first half. We're not gonna lie about that.
Psych!
Ain't see me in. What's my favorite word? Why they gotta say it like short?
And then we came back with a Sunday night and a Monday night play time.
Dan, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna blow the
Blow the
whistle. I like to blow the whistles on Tuesdays. Get the league a little rattled up.
Yikes.
You know who you are.
You know.
Grab a mic, spit one.
Week 6, back in the building. Stay hot, Ty, Danny Profits. You're listening to Profits. And man, was I down in the dumps to start this episode because, if you look at my record, I went 3-5, 0-4 on the podcast. That really, man, that sucks.
But Tyler.
Plus money because we hit Davante Adams' first touchdown plus 950.
It's the long shot king over here. Ty.
I stay winning. Oh, Ty, look at that record. How could you? Ty, you went 0-4 on the pod. How could you? That's on you. At Stay Hot Ty on Twitter. At The Profits Pod on Twitter. I gave out 4 picks on Twitter
Yep.
that ended up going 3-1, and one of them was Davante Adams' first touchdown plus 950. If you lost money, that's on you.
Plus 950. You could literally throw $10 down. If your unit's $10, good for you. That's $95. You're easily plus money.
Yep, that was very easy, actually. Really, really easy. I was sitting there like, wow, didn't go great for me on Sunday. Thursday Night Football, easiest pick of my life. Naheem Hines under, gets concussed third play. See you later.
Yeah, that was...
Sunday was tough. Sunday night, we hit Duvernay easy over receptions. Going to Monday, what's going to hit? What's it going to be? It's Davante first touchdown. You're welcome.
Yeah. How many times have you hit Davante first touchdown in your lifetime?
I would guess double digits, honestly. The two seasons ago, I was taking it every game, and I think it hit like at least 8 games. So last year wasn't as successful. Unfortunate, but it was still plus money. Then we call it out. This is the first time I bet it this year, and would you look at that? Would you look how that works? So Davante Adams' first touchdown, that's a cheat code for the people at home. I am a genius. I clearly knew when to take it. I saw the signs on it, but if you take that every week, you'll probably be plus money. But I'm not the only one on this podcast. Van, you went 3-2 yourself.
Yeah, it was a good week. Started off a little bit in the dumps. Obviously, my A.J. Brown pick was way off. I gambled a little bit, trying to have him hit 2 weeks in a row. Thought he was going to do it. Devontae Smith ended up getting a little bit more targets that game, and that's okay. So a little bit of struggle on the and honestly, Ty, we must address first time all season that the Mortis didn't hit. But I like to think, obviously, it was going to happen at some point. We had to know that
It was going to happen.
we had to know that. Sadly, it was last weekend. On the other happy end, the first 4 weeks we had 7 Mortises that did hit. So now the record for the Mortis is 7-1. If you're putting 3 units on each Mortis, that would mean you would have won 21 units on the wins and lost. So that means you would be up 18 units on the Mortis right now. Obviously, we're not complaining about that.
Nope.
Additionally, so obviously we started off 0-2. But then I had a Sunday night play and a Monday night play. If you follow the Twitter, you saw that. I especially really was happy with the Jerick McKinnon play.
Yeah.
Because coming in, we didn't know how much Pacheco was going to get. We didn't know how much.
That was my one loss on Twitter. Yep, Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco. So a little bit to your surprise, probably McKinnon got a little bit more action.
Yeah.
But he hit. That made me happy. And then obviously, well, that was my Monday night pick. The Sunday night pick was, what was the Sunday night pick again? Who played Sunday night?
It was Ravens. Played who? Drawing a blank. We could go on your Twitter and just look. I don't remember. I don't.
Oh,
remember.
no, you know what it was? It was Ramondre Stevenson. I tweeted out Ramondre Stevenson, and that was a dope pick because
Oh yeah, yep. Those were 2-0 on Twitter for you to get you to 3-2. Yep.
Ramondre Stevenson, he had 140 some yards.
Yeah.
This man, I mean, I was pretty proud of that one because he hit it by like over 100 yards. I was like, I'm a beast.
Yeah, I always get a little hesitant. This one to your credit because you've been hitting a lot pretty easy. I get hesitant when I see you give out a line and then I go to find the line and it's up like 5 yards. So Ramondre Stevenson, you said at 55.5, went and looked. I've got, I'm on a shit book. So it was 60.5. I was like 5 extra yards. That's kind of a difference when the yards are that low, and he's still like damn near tripled that.
Yeah.
So
I see your point though. Like if there is a line where the yards are off by like it can come to play. Like I think I've had multiple bets, maybe not this year, but bets in the past that will hit or lose by like 1 yard. Like it happens.
Yeah, I remember week 1 you had Brandon Cooks over receiving yards. You gave it out at, let's say, 68.5. I was able to get it at 70.5, and he was at 70 receiving yards in the fourth quarter. So I didn't hit my play yet. You had hit your play. I'm like, oh, just 2 yards. And it came down to being that close. He ended up going over by a good bit, had a few catches in the fourth, but you got to look out for that with the lines. But you've been clear. When you hit, you've been clearing them pretty easy. So that one, huge hit for you.
Yep.
I mean, that one, we've had a couple that it's nice when they're really easy. The fun in this is sweating. You love that sweat. But when you get the easy winners, that's also just like, how could you complain about that?
It's a confidence builder. It's like, I did my research. I saw what I saw, and I was spot freaking on, and Vegas wasn't. There's nothing better.
So I went 3-5, bringing me to 15-14 overall, 9-6 on locks. No idea what the plus units is. You would think based on those records, it's not much, but I've hit a couple plus money plays. Obviously, Devontae being a big one, so I'd imagine I'm close to 10 units there.
Yep.
Than 3-2, bringing him to 17-7, 7-1 on Mortis. Yep. I would imagine that puts you at probably plus about 20 units. This podcast itself has not had one losing week if you were to take every person's picks. I think the only negative record has been me in back-to-back weeks now. I went 1-2 last week, 3-5 this week, and you picked up the slack big time last week going 6-0, and then this week we picked ourselves up on Twitter. So no need to complain. We did have a guest last week, Beer. We told him he goes 3-0 on his locks. He could be the next guest. He went 2-1, pretty impressive. So you got to really think, wow, nice, Beer, 2-1.
Yeah. Wait, did his Mortis hit?
His Mortis hit, yeah. His locks hit in accordance as they should.
Yeah.
His combination lock didn't, and he hit the deadbolt and Mortis. So proud of the kid for that. But then, he had that other one.
Yeah, and deep down, okay, Ty, can we talk about our little side convo about the Middle Tennessee?
We should talk about that.
So it should be revealed that I did not take the Middle Tennessee State pick, Beer. I didn't believe in it myself, so I can't bet something that I don't believe in myself. I'm sorry, Beer. Didn't love the Twitter pick.
Sorry about that, Beer.
But at the end of the day, they kind of got crushed, so that's on you, Beer. I'm pretty happy I didn't take it. I'll tell you that to your face. I did not take the Middle Tennessee pick. I'm proud of you for going out on a limb, though.
We can't say it to his face, but let's test out this nice feature we got here. Maybe we can say it to him via a call.
Let's call him in.
He's a busy man. He's a coach and all. You never know.
Should we break the news that we didn't take it? Is that what we're going to tell him?
Just, I don't even know.
Improv, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got to leave him a message then.
Yeah. Might give his number out to all the viewers. It's not looking good.
That'd be funny if he had a voicemail from when he was like 12. Like, hello, this is Nicholas Beerma.
Just playing like...
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 2 6
Okay.
84973. All right, Beer. We would have left you a message, but we didn't want to dox you like that. Here's something I thought the second he said the pick, and then a reason I didn't tail it as well. I could be completely wrong in this take, so I'm not saying that I know on this. However, I hate all those types of stats.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You're
Because
right.
it's exactly what I make fun of too when I see stuff on when I'm watching a game live. This happens more NBA, or you see the tweets where they'll say first player on their rookie contract to come off the bench and put up 7 assists, 8 rebounds, and 10 points while playing under 30 minutes in an away game. It's like that's not, you just looked at what he did and filtered all your spreadsheets and realized that he then was the one that did that. So it reminds me of the same thing when you say coming off a loss against the spread. I don't remember if he said they had to be home or away. I don't honestly remember, but all that stuff to me just tells you about the past.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. My additional point to this is like when someone is like 10-2 at home in their last 12, to me, it can either, you can say, okay, law of dues, law of averages say they are now going to regress from that. Or you can look at it the other way and say, oh, they're hot this way. Let's keep riding it. There's two ways, and neither of them are right or wrong.
That's what's hilarious about this a little bit is there's no man who has said the phrase law of averages more than Nicholas Birnbaum. And he came in here and gave us that stat, and he tailed it. So he must like those types of stats. He said he took it blindly, didn't know where they were playing, nothing. And he's the big law of averages guy, and that would tell you that maybe that is going to then trend the other way for a little bit here to catch up. Yeah. So honestly, kind of funny. Proud of Beer, though. 2-1 on the locks. That's good. Impressive rookie showcase for yourself. You might be back.
He might be back. My last point to that is that every time that you see those stats, the Vegas odds makers know those stats too. So the Vegas, it's not a secret. The Vegas odds, that stat is baked into the current odds that you see. So like, it's not that you're getting an advantage. You're just betting on a trend. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Good effort though, Beer. Would have been cool if it hit.
Yeah. The man did well on the pod. He'll be back. We'll hear from him. We just tried to call him. If he calls back, we'll answer during this, no matter what point. But did anything from week 6? Or week 5 rather, stand out to you that you want to discuss before we get into the blind side?
A couple things. Breece Hall is the back in New York for the Jets. Although he didn't get the goal line carries,
which is surprising to me.
Yeah, it is. It's surprising to me. So Michael Carter obviously scored the touchdown, but
I think he had 2.
Yeah, he did have 2. Yeah. And so he's back.
Let's make sure this is working. Beer, you there?
What's up, sir?
You're live on the podcast.
Oh, no shit. Okay, I got 10 minutes because I got a meeting.
We won't even keep you for the 10. We reflected on your picks and wanted to congratulate you on going 2-1 on your locks. And we wanted to hear your thought on the one and only college football pick on the Profits podcast.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you very much. I was very, very proud of that 2-1. I wish it was 3-0 so I could be there in person with you guys. But the Middle Tennessee pick, I mean, one by me. I mean, I didn't even really know who they played. I just sometimes trends don't sustain when you need them to.
Yeah, so we were at a wedding together, and I believe he came up to me and said, "You see the score," and I was pretty unaware of it. And it obviously wasn't looking good from the jump. One point that Fanny and I just discussed, so we'll rewind to for all the listeners at home. You're a huge law of averages guy. So as a law of averages guy, when you see these crazy trends, do you ever think maybe they're going to come back to normal?
Yeah, yes, of course that crosses my mind. But you know what? When I do take the law of averages into consideration and I don't bet it, they usually hit. And then when I don't take the laws of consideration and I do bet it, they don't hit. So it's almost like you have to, now hear me out.
Yep.
You almost have to stick to either betting the trends or not betting the trends over a long period of time. And then over that long period of time, theoretically speaking, it should average out to, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking on my ass right now.
What you're trying to say is if you need to catch it, like if something is 10-2, ideally you bet that same trend before it happens so that you go 10-2.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the perfect world. I mean, that's the perfect world.
Yeah.
I think I have a good rule here for you, Beer. Maybe. I think if you see this on Twitter and it's tweeted from an account that gets thousands of likes and has tens of thousands of followers, I think we don't play those. And then if it's tweeted by an account with maybe less than 1,000 followers or a low count, those are the ones to take because that means the mainstream hasn't caught them yet. Do we maybe think there's some credence to that?
Well, so the account that I got that trend from was from a very reputable, his name's Ralph Michaels. He's part of the Wager Talk Las Vegas community. I like him a lot. It's kind of like we need to bet the trends and then trend what the trend of the bets were on the trends. Are you following me?
Yep. The trend. Yes, that actually makes a lot of sense. We need to trend the trends to understand those trends to make the informed decision.
Exactly, my friend.
All right.
You're 100% right. Yep.
All right.
Trend the trends.
Well, we appreciate you calling back, catching us while we're recording here. We'll let you get to your big meeting tonight. Again, last week was National Coaches Day, and thank you for everything you do in the coaching community. Thank you for going 2-1 on your locks and hitting the mortise.
Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your show. I can't wait to listen.
See you here.
See ya. All right, so what do you want to talk about NFL related?
Yep. So Breece Hall is back. Breece Hall's here. Breece Hall's here. He's a beast. Wish I could have him in fantasy in every league. I'm trying to trade for him currently. He's a beast. Excited to see the Jets play the Packers. Honestly, I'm really excited to see that game. I think the Jets are hot. Rodgers, kind of his thumb's hurting. He's on the injury report for the thumb. Just don't think the Packers are rolling right now. They lose to, maybe it was a little London thing, but they lose to the Giants last week. Obviously Saquon, my guy, still playing well, looking good for the futures that I have there. But yeah, moving forward, gonna keep watching Breece Hall. The other one, in the second half, Justin Fields was 12 for 13, and he brought us back against the Vikings. He brought the Bears back against the Vikings. So his play really stood out to me. He
15 completions. So that means 3 completions in the first.
Yeah. I mean, it was a slow start for sure. It was a slow start.
Big second half for him. 15 completions.
And I'm sure you saw the way that game ended. He completed a ball down the sideline to a guy that just got the ball completely stripped from him. And that was a sad way to end it. Yep. But translation, Fields is dialed in right now, and it didn't show in the record. It didn't necessarily show in the final stat line a ton. But if you look at eye test, watch the second half, that man was rolling. It was fun to watch. I'm excited to see if he can carry it over into another week.
Yeah, what we're going to be seeing a lot of Packers-Jets this week is LaFleur's brother is like the OC on the Jets or some shit. So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing that all over the broadcast for whatever that's worth. The Jets are putting something together, so congrats to them for doing that, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Bears Thursday night this week. One comment on that. The pretty played out because last Thursday night was a really bad game that ended up being okay because it went to overtime. And during that game, everyone's tweeting about how Bears Commanders this week. And you and I have a lot of picks relating to that game. So if this podcast coming out after, we will have tweeted them. So that's on you again because I'm sure they all won. I'm excited for this game. Honestly, I really am.
I'm glad because, Ty, when all these people last week, because that game last week was so butt ugly that everyone's tweeting out, I can't wait for next week. Oh, but wait, it's another 2 terrible teams. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be there's some exciting players to watch. And it's not going to be as ugly as this game. That game was ugly. This game will not be that ugly. Hopefully, when the podcast comes out, this doesn't sound stupid, but I personally think this is going to be a good game. Why do you think it's going to be a good game, Ty?
I think it's going to be very exciting because I've heard this take. This isn't me coming out with an original thought here per se, but I'll spread it out to the listeners. Last week we saw 2 bad offenses go against 2 pretty good defenses. This week, I think you're going to see 2 struggling offenses go against 2 bad defenses, and I think that's going to cause for excitement. Mm-hmm. I think both teams are going to come out, and I think we're going to see some crazy plays. I think we're going to see some wild turnovers, some really stupid like quarterback play both sides. I just think a lot's going to happen in this game and be packed in with more action. I'm excited for it, and one of my picks is the over because this is at 38 points, and I think this is going to be trick play galore. I think pick sixes, fumble sixes, maybe a punt return to the house, maybe deep ball Justin Fields to Mooney. This just feels like a game where that's going to hit. I'm just seeing all this right now. When I close my eyes and think about it, I'm seeing craziness and points, and I'm excited for the game.
I think you're spot on, Ty, and it's funny you say that because just today I took a parlay, which I never do, but I took Bears to win and the over at 38.
Good. It's a pick 'em, and I like the over. So I think I'll probably just end up taking the over, but I like that. So, geez, the second I put some nooners in me, I'm burping up a storm.
Ty Noon.
So I think we're good to move on. I have a gigantic card this week. I'm still deciding how many I want to give out as official picks, but I'm staring at them here. I think I got like 15 picks for the podcast. But before we get to that, why don't we go with the
Blindside. All right, Ty.
Here we go. Blindside comes from me this week. I need to pull up a picture for you, Ty. And here's why.
Visual.
I think you've seen this before, but you got to see it again. We are going to do the caption of this is pick 2. They will defend you and the rest are coming to kill you.
All right.
50 eagles. You have to pick 2 of these. You can pick 50 eagles, 10 alligators, 3 bears, 7. Those look like... You're going to tell me what animal that is. 1 sniper, 15 wolves, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, or 4 lions. Here's the graphic, Ty, so you have a better visual. Now remember.
Yeah, we're going to need to see that.
Now remember, listeners, this needs to be emphasized. You can pick 2 to be your army. You are part of the army. You pick 2. The other 8... or I don't think it's quite 8. The remaining 7, they're all coming to try and kill you. Mm-hmm. So that is important.
Sniper. I do recall a conversation about this before, and I don't even recall where I landed, so I might end up arguing against myself here.
Okay.
I love the idea of strength in numbers. I also so to me, I'll just think out loud here. I'm eliminating the alligators, the 10 of them. Yeah. I'm scared to death of alligators. I'm not scared of them in this situation. I think I can get some things to go kill them for me.
Yep.
I'm eliminating what we got there, like 7 yaks or something, 7 bison of sorts.
They're like huge longhorned, like bison, but they're fast and scary looking.
Yeah, those could cause a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to go with them. I don't think I'm going with the 5 gorillas. I don't think I'm going with the lions. So I'm down to 3 here. I'm either going 50 eagles, 10,000 rats, 15 wolves.
Wait, okay, so the sniper's out.
Yeah, sniper's out for me.
Okay.
I think we can kill that sniper pretty easily.
Okay. Also, let's set the map.
I think
here.
my eagles could fuck those things, the sniper up. Yeah, set the map.
So, are we just in like a open field, or are we at like a Call of Duty map? Are we at like Nuketown or something?
I don't think you can go open field here.
Okay.
I think there's got to be something for me to hide myself a little bit and let my things go to work.
Let's say we're at an outdoor park.
Sure.
Okay. And you can hide in like the gazebo or something.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I really want to pick 10,000 rats, honestly. I don't know, but I just don't know how they'd kill anything.
Yeah. I mean, if like 500 rats were like on you, they could just eat you alive.
Dude, and rats can get gigantic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is tough for me. I think I'm locking in 50 eagles.
Okay.
I need the aerial attack. They go down and just gouge eyes with their like talons. I think eagles is a pretty easy play. If nothing can see me, they can't kill me. Like they can smell, but they're not going to get me.
Yeah.
Eagles is an easy play for me. And yeah, I'm going with the rats. I am going with the rats.
So you're going rats and rats and eagles?
Rats and eagles.
Okay.
Rats. I wouldn't hate if this park we're at hasn't cut the grass in a couple months and the grass is a little high.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate that because those rats, you don't know where they're at. They're coming low. Eagles are coming high. I think that's pretty easy. I think obviously the problem there, those are two of the smallest things on here. So actually getting the kill is going to be a problem.
Yeah. So like, do you think the rats are going to be the main killers, or like what can the eagles go kill? Can they kill like a bison, or is that a rat job?
So I really think these eagles I'm going to send them for everything's eyes.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that early. I think the eagles can easily kill the wolves. I think the eagles can kill the sniper pretty easily.
Yep.
I'm a little worried about alligator's skin, but I'm really, gosh, this is tough. I do have a problem with my main killer here, but I just like the idea of, again,
I think the rats are the main killer.
We'll throw this out there for the people, but you get 50 eagles and 10,000 rats. Everything else is mostly 10 or under, except for 15 wolves. You want a lot on your side. Also, I don't know how I've never thought of this before. My eagles are going straight for the sniper,
That's
gouging his eyes, and they're bringing me the gun.
Yeah, that's that.
Like,
okay.
what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? That was the biggest thing for me is like, who's gonna kill the sniper right away? Because if I'm standing there, the sniper, I'm exposed to the sniper. Like the sniper can just kill me, and also if you don't have the eagles on your side, you need to have the aerial on your side, because if you don't, the eagles will just come and kill you.
I cannot stand the thought of not picking the eagles there.
Yep.
Because if you let those things, you're hiding from everything. Like you're looking around the tree, like where's everyone at? And you just get something from above, you're done. And I actually couldn't fathom not picking the rats either, because if that's reversed on the other side, I don't have the volume of players to take out 10,000 rats before those things just get on me and maul me.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the way to look at it. We got to make sure we're looking at it from both sides. Like, what do we want killing? But then also, what don't we want to be coming at us?
Yeah.
And that's the eagles and the rats. And I think you're spot on. My pick was also with the eagles and the rats. I thought about the sniper because
there. Nice.
Yeah. I also thought about the sniper just because the sniper can kill anything on here except for the 10,000 rats. Like if the sniper is good, like, and he's a marksman, which I'm assuming he is in this case, like the sniper can take out everything on here, except for the 10,000 rats. So it's like, if I pick sniper and 10,000 rats, then that would be okay. But then at that point, I think, okay, the eagles, the 50 eagles, all they're going to do is just go kill the sniper. And then all I now have is 10,000 rats and the eagles kill me. So
yeah. And I think the fact that those eagles, I can get that gun then. I don't consider myself a great marksman by any means, but I'd like to see myself with a gun in my hands and then let all those other animals go do their thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty locked in on that. I am curious what other people are thinking. Since you and I are kind of aligned, I'd like to hear some other thoughts that maybe differ.
Yeah.
So leave those in the comments. We do read the comments. Saw myself getting trashed for my fall draft. I thought shout out Jared, his comment was pretty hilarious that I just picked football 3 times. That is pretty much what I did. I did do that. I did tailgating. I did football. And then what was the other one that made me? Oh, Thanksgiving. And one of my reasons for Thanksgiving was football.
Yeah.
So,
Jared kind of got you.
Yeah.
Jared kind of got you.
I still like my draft, but I appreciate the comments, and you know what? Keep them coming. We did not get to 100 views last week, so I could not place that free bet. That's a real shame.
Yep.
So I'll have to get creative on how I can get some of our loyal listeners some free play, but we'll get to 100 views one day.
Yep, 100 views. And let us know what you think about the what two you would pick in the scenario. We'll upload the graphic beforehand, before all this started, hopefully, so that you can look at the graphic yourself. Let us know what you would pick. And since me and Ty are only two minds, let us know if you have any thoughts that we didn't think of that maybe would have gotten us killed in this scenario.
Yep, we'll also put it on Twitter, so hit it up on Twitter. Now it's time for week 6, and to say I love the board is an understatement.
I don't think you've loved the board this much in a long time.
I actually haven't. I sit there and I struggle with what am I gonna pick? Like, I need to have some action. What am I going with here? I have down 10 spreads and over-unders. Now, I will say we're really hitting this. Follow me on Twitter. I will tweet which one of these I end up taking, and those are going to count as my official picks. I'm going to run through some games. I'm going to tell you where I'm leaning. Fan, comment where you want. But let me just run through these picks real quick. So Commanders, Bears, over 38, we discussed.
Yep.
Indianapolis Colts are at home against the Jaguars. I'm going Colts -2 in this game. Colts have owned the Jaguars in this divisional matchup for years now, which isn't saying much because the Jaguars are kind of ass. Actually, no, it's the other way around. The Jaguars have owned the Colts in this matchup. Last year, week 18, Colts were in a must-win in Jacksonville, lost to the Jaguars, spoiled their hopes of the playoffs. I like the Colts at home here. It just pops to me -2 points.
I think Jonathan Taylor's on pace to play this week too.
Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, I think, here's how my mind works. You guys can just see how my mind works. Jacksonville got shut out against the Texans. I think everyone's going to think they're smart going to bet Jacksonville now. Oh, they can't play that bad again. I'll hit them on the comeback here because people have liked Jacksonville through the first 4 weeks before what they did last week. They're going to come back. They're going to say they've owned this matchup, blah, blah, blah. Colts have looked like absolute trash. Colts -2. That's how my brain works. Yep. Next game, I'm going Giants +5.5 at home against the Ravens. I'm leaning this way because Giants defensive coordinator Wink Martindale was the Ravens defensive coordinator prior to this. Home game, respect the Giants a little bit, +5.5. Why not?
Is that a little bit of a Daniel Jones play too? Do you think he played well enough last week to earn your pick this week?
Yeah, I think I've watched every Giants game this year. They must just be on the local channel here, and why I'm able to see it. I think he's looked fine. I think he does scramble early. I saw that as a criticism against him, so he likes to use his legs. I don't find that as a negative as much as someone who sits in the pocket too long and takes snaps, or sits in the pocket too much and then makes those like big mistakes, fumbles, stuff like that. Yeah. So I've liked his play. You're on Saquon big. I like that. Receivers are a question there, but I think that they've just executed well enough. They beat the Packers outright. That was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. So good for them. And at home against the Ravens, I think people still probably aren't giving them enough credit. So this will be a good, all right, it's time to give them credit game.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
This is a stinker of a pick, and I've got 2 picks on this game. Tampa coming into Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh looked horrible against the Bills.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, the Bills are tough, though.
The Buccaneers are not in the same camp as the Buffalo Bills. You do not often see good teams beat the teams they're supposed to beat easily. This is a 9-point spread. Again, we're going to maybe respect the Giants a little bit. The Packers should have won that game, and they should have won pretty easily. If they just run the ball, they're supposed to win that game, and they lose outright. I think the Steelers cover this spread at +9, and I like the over here. I like Kenny just getting lucky maybe this game. I see some deep balls hitting. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. I'm seeing Kenny hits deep balls over 43.5.
Yeah. That's one of those lines, when we talk about like why is a line that line, like I think the line should be closer to like 12.5. But that tells me that the line's low. That tells me that you go Pittsburgh. So I'm supporting Pittsburgh there.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin publicly humiliating his team as he should, and he's getting humiliated online because he should as well. I just like to see some sort of shift here. Yeah. what a stinker this one is. I'm going with Panthers plus 10 at the Rams. That's a gross pick.
You're gonna ride with the team that we think is the worst in the league at the Rams. Yeah, the Rams are just. I don't know what's up with the Rams. They have the roster to do anything they want, and they don't do it a lot of times.
Yep. Look into Tyler's brain, everyone. Rams, they got to be better than they've been. That's what everyone's thinking. They'll be all right. They got to be better than what they've been. This team is good. They've done what they needed to do to keep a roster together. All this stuff. Nope, they're not good. Matt Stafford is not good. He, I think, has the most interceptions in the league. Fact check it. I think this pick, I love this pick. Absolutely love it if Baker doesn't play. But the Panthers just fired their coach. This is one of those games where it's like, everyone's probably just has that little bit of an edge. That works for like 2 weeks and then it fades off. I think Panthers cover that spread.
I like it.
Bills are coming into Kansas City for probably the game of the week.
That game's going to be fun. And the Dallas. Okay, we'll get to the other game. But yeah, that game's going to be fun.
I think you talk about some of the best home crowds going in the NFL. I think Kansas City and Buffalo are the two, probably top two, definitely top five home crowds, home advantage. The Chiefs are an underdog plus 3 points here and they're at home, so that I'm just taking that. If this game was in Buffalo and they were plus 3, I'd be taking that. If this game was in Buffalo and it was a pick, I'd take Buffalo. For the Chiefs to be an underdog, I don't understand that. That line makes no sense to me. Plus 3 for me at home.
Yeah. Honestly, just take the underdog because this game could go any which way. This game is going to be fun. It's the best 2 players in football.
Yeah.
This game, if you're not watching this game as a football fan, you might not be a football fan.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. A regular season matchup that honestly I can't wait for. And honestly, from 3:25 until 10:30 at night on Sunday, there are going to be 4 awesome football teams playing and 2 awesome matchups.
Yeah, and the over-under of that game's at 54. Best game of the year last year was their playoff game. To me, that sticks out, and that went way over. No one could stop anyone. I'm taking the under 54. Then we got Cardinals at Seahawks. I'm going under 50.5 here. There's not much logic there. I look at those 2 teams. I think they both suck. Under 50.5.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cowboys, I'm going. They go to Philly for Sunday Night Football, so that should be another great game. We got Cowboys defense is the real deal. They've been doing enough to win. Undefeated with Cooper Rush starting. Eagles favored by 6 points. I'm going Cowboys plus 6 in this game. I think the Eagles are due for a couple losses to kind of bring everyone back down to ground level. I still think I like the Eagles to maybe win this division. I don't know between them and the Cowboys, but I like Cowboys plus 6. I see the Eagles. I'm saying Eagles are winning the game, but it's by less than 6.
Yeah, that is the NFC East is swinging on this game because one of these 2 teams are going to win the NFC East probably. Although the Giants are a little interesting, I don't see them winning it. Whoever wins this game is going to be favored to win the NFC East.
Yeah.
And these 2 teams are very exciting. They're covered by the national media a lot, especially Dallas. The Eagles have been maybe the most, not necessarily surprising, but up and coming teams this year. You know, they're I think 3rd now in the Super Bowl odds. You know,
Okay.
they're considered the 3rd best team in the league, which is pretty impressive. They have at every level they have studs. You know, their defense is good. Their O-line's the best in the NFL. Jalen Hurts is a stud. They got AJ Brown now, Devontae Smith. Everything's rolling for them. But that line is a little interesting to me. At 6, Eagles favored by 6. If I'm making that line, I'm favoring the Eagles by like 4. So I'm like, wow, Eagles by a full touchdown?
Yeah.
Almost makes me think like maybe I should just take the Eagles. So if I were to be throwing down money, I would maybe even throw Eagles, not to disagree with you. But
No, I like that.
Yeah, it's just that game is going to be fun. I might even be looking forward to that one even a little bit more than the Chiefs versus Buffalo, just because that division is it's such a swing game for that division. It's exciting.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to look at for this game, and my play for this game will probably be tweeted right before kickoff because it'll depend on how I did during the day, to be honest. But if you ask me right now, I think Jalen Hurts is throwing 2 picks in this game. I see this game going under. I think this is a down-to-earth game for the Eagles, come down-to-earth game, but that could all swing. I see what you're saying with that logic of the 6 points and liking that. I mean, that could easily happen. So I think that's everything game-wise, but all those popped off to me.
Wow, that was good to hear. Great to get into the mind of the better Tyler Obradovich.
Yeah, I think the funniest there on my logic was the Colts Jaguars. I mean, literally saying everything I said, like go back to it, but Jaguars owning the Colts, but I think people are going to be on the Jaguars because they lost to a bad Texans team. And so that means people are going to rebound them. So that means go to the Colts. That's just how my brain is working. I just like that play. So
Yeah.
But again, those picks, they will be tweeted. Official ones will be tweeted. So you're going to have to look for that. Those could all switch. However, things that will not be switching, we will be taking the locks.
The locks are in. The locks are in, Ty.
And, I just keep saying I'm done with the Packers, and now I'm seeing what my combination lock is here. So I guess I'll start us off.
Yep.
What horrific play calling we saw in London last weekend. The Packers run the ball, they win that game. Everyone knows it. The Jets know it too. Thing is, they won't stop it. Aaron Jones over 59.5 rushing yards. Run the damn football. That's the strength of this team. You have the best two-headed running back platoon going in the league. This is going to be pretty easy. Aaron Jones over 59.5 rushing yards. And guess what? This is an official pick. This will count towards my records. This is me putting my balls on the table. Aaron Jones will have 2 or more touchdowns in this game. It's currently at plus 390.
Whoa.
He will.
Long
this is a
shot.
big Aaron Jones game. I like A.J. Dillon too. They haven't been using him as much as I thought. Even goal line presence hasn't been huge. A.J. Dillon. This is Aaron Jones's game. He's going over 59.5 rushing yards. He's going over a touchdown. He's getting 2 touchdowns at least.
Yeah.
That's pretty easy for me.
Good. Listeners, Ty is the long shot king.
Yes.
When he says long shot, you take it.
Yes.
Please don't miss out on
And
that.
to be honest, those odds are pretty short for what I usually do. Plus 390. That's
Yeah.
basically a pick 'em. So you're going to want that.
That's basically even for Ty. No, I don't know if you saw the stat circling around Twitter after the game last week, but it was along the lines of Aaron Jones leads the league in NFL in yards per carry with 7.9 or something, but he's 67th in carries. He is grossly underused right now. It's a great pick because I think LaFleur is feeling the pressure from everybody. Yo, you're an idiot. This dude's averaging almost 8 yards a carry, but you're not even giving him the ball. This is the perfect time. Aaron Rodgers, sore thumb. Perfect time for Aaron Jones to go off. Ty, I completely support the pick.
This is very easy.
Yes, I completely
This
support
might
the
as
pick.
well be a mortis, but it's a combination, but it's a mortis in my mind. This is very, very, very easy.
Yep.
Than your combination lock.
Yep. Going with Deebo Samuel this week, over 55.5 receiving yards. I got him closer to 69 receiving yards. That gives me...
Computer system has him there, right?
Yeah, computer system has him around 69 this week. Garoppolo just getting into his groove a little bit. Deebo just not been getting as much through the air as you would have expected. But if you look at last year, what Deebo did with Jimmy, it was pretty special, and I think they're just starting to get in their groove. I think this is the week where Jimmy and Deebo really connect. Really excited about this one. It's just the combo because of my love for the next two, but excited about Deebo receiving yards this week.
I'm a big Deebo guy, so whenever he comes into play, I wanted his over. I just like the way they use him, and I like that now he's paid. That there were rumors last year about him running the ball and stuff. I love when he's utilized in the run game. Receiving yards for him here. He's due for a big receiving game. He really is.
Yeah. Yep. Glad you support me, Ty.
Deadbolt time. I'm going with who my guy, Jersey Jerry. I'm ride or die, Jersey Jerry Army. He had an official statements last week.
Oh.
Najee Harris is not good.
Wow. I did not
Yep.
know he said that.
He's diehard Steelers. He said on their live stream, Najee Harris is not good. He said, you need a yard. He can maybe get you that. He says he's not good. They're going against Tampa. Prolific rush defense. Najee Harris under 43.5 rush yards. Not even the Steelers fans believe in you anymore, Najee. You're done. It's over. Under 43.5 rushing yards.
And that line's low, too, for
Very
Najee
low.
Harris.
Oh, but he's disgustingly horrible. 20 rushes
He
for
is.
24 yards this week.
Yeah. Dude, that might be one of the worst stat lines I've seen in a long time.
No, that's the stat line I made up.
Oh, okay. If that stat line hits, Ty,
I think last week he was 11 for 24.
that's gross.
So I have him at 20 for 24. now.
20 for 24.
He's actually not going to get 20 carries, so he's going
Yeah.
13 carries for 17 yards.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's bad. The thing is, he can't win with speed because he's actually one of the slowest running backs I've ever seen, possibly right now in the NFL.
He sucks.
His vision isn't good enough, and all he did last year was just get dump downs from Big Ben. So now they're not doing that, and he has no value.
If you have him on your fantasy team, trade him now while he still has any sort of worth to anyone, because people are such. We don't swear much on this podcast.
No.
People are pussies. I mean, they are pussies. What are you talking about? The fact that he hasn't been given up on yet. You know what? I have the balls to do that. Just because you're some highly touted player, I feel like I'm so quick to give up on people. I mean, I couldn't imagine as a Bears fan, I would have been done with everyone by now, even though you can argue not in the best system. I was done with Jordan Love after preseason rookie year. And, I was trying to defend the Packers. Done with them. I'm done with Najee Harris as well. Jersey Jerry, I'm with you. Under 43.5 rush yards. Than, speaking of the Bears, Thursday night pick. If you missed this, it's because you're not following my boy on Twitter. What is it?
Yep. So by the time you're listening to this, you will have probably gotten the money in your account. This is the deadbolt. You're welcome for giving you Khalil Herbert over 26.5 rushing yards. This one's easy for me. It's a 2-unit play. This line should be closer to like 40 in my opinion. Yeah. Here's why. David Montgomery is clearly our receiving back. And we got down last week. The score at one point, I think it was 21-3 Bears. When I say we, I mean Bears. And so Khalil Herbert wasn't quite utilized as much. So that dips this line down to 26.5. And Khalil Herbert, if he gets, honestly, he doesn't, we always talk about lines that can hit in one play. Obviously, this is a line that can hit in one play. But if he even gets, 5 to 10 carries, which I fully expect him to do against this team, like this is going to hit. And so really excited about this one too.
It's a great pick.
Khalil Herbert's going to get more carries than he did last week, especially since 3 weeks ago he had that 150-yard, 2-touchdown game. Then this week he comes back and really doesn't get the ball much. I think Chicago gets him the ball a little bit more this week. Excited about Khalil Herbert over 26.5. That is a very good looking play.
You're actually a genius for that one.
Thank you.
I like that one very much.
Thank you.
Because you made a great point. You really sold me on that first half last week. The Bears got down and they couldn't utilize them.
Yeah.
They were utilizing their other back because they were in that position. That will not be the case this week. Phenomenal pick. Time for the Mortis. These ones, we love these ones.
Mortises are fun. Typically just because that's what put the food on the table for the last, a long time. That's how you can afford this house that we're in. Beautiful home you have.
Thank you.
Did you want me to share my mortars first?
Go ahead, get yourself back on the winning side with this one.
All right, Ty. So the Mortis is what on the year?
7-1.
7-1, up 18 units on these plays, boys and girls. So the Mortis this week, maybe the most excited I've been about a Mortis yet, because he is my dog, my ride or die so far this year. Ty, you're shaking your head, but that even confirms it more because he is my quarterback of my team, Justin Fields. This is his game. This is his game to hit the over on passing yards. The line is set at a measly 165 points
That line.
per game. or 165 passing yards. That's the line. Crushed the over. I got him sitting at 225. There's a lot of value here. Justin Fields last week in the second half was 12 for 13. His overall QBR last week was top, I think, 7 in the NFL.
Oh, wow.
It was very, very good. This guy is dialed in right now. He was working out after the game. Which people don't do. He gets workouts in after the game. He's ready to get this team winning again. This guy, I can't be more excited about Justin Fields tomorrow night. I have a lot riding on it, and by this time, when you're listening to this podcast, I cannot wait. I'll look in the camera and say, Justin Fields hit this mortise for us. It was good to make some money. Thank you.
I actually really like this one as well. That is the funniest line in the world.
Yeah, it's a little. I will take it. I will be serious about this line. It's
165 and a half pass yards. I was last week. It lost. I was looking at Baker Mayfield 197 and a half pass yards. I was like, wow, that's low.
Yeah,
But I got to take the under because that's so low.
yeah.
106. There's receivers. I mean, Justin Jefferson probably had more receiving yards last week than this.
I think he probably did. Well, in the first half, he had like over 100. So
yeah, but as we've talked about a lot, I love the over in this game. Points, chaos, a lot going on. He will hit that. My Mortis lock. This one's really, really easy. Actually, I was shocked when I saw this line. Jeff Wilson over 65 and a half rush yards. San Francisco is playing the Atlanta Falcons. San Francisco's really turned it on ever since Jimmy G got back there. Jeff Wilson's a solid running back. He's going over. He's gone over this mark, I think, pretty much every game. 65 and a half against a team that's not too respectable. Traded away their Pro Bowl linebacker. This is going to be an easy one for us. Wow. It's so that was, we just went 6-0 right there.
yeah, fun.
Plus the Aaron Jones 2 touchdowns. That's plus 390. We just really helped out you guys out in your bank account. So
but plus 10 units there.
like it, subscribe, leave a comment, interact with us on Twitter. Make sure you're following. Appreciate all the listeners. At Stay Hot Tie on Twitter, at the Profits Pod, at the Big Superior 8. Profits Week 6 in the books.
Bless up. Follow us on Twitter. Good luck, everybody.